Well, that was a show, huh? This is Manuela Zoom, and I'm going to be talking about how the recent Hasbro PulseCon reveals affect my previous guesswork on the leaked Lightning Collection codes. Really, there's not a whole lot to note. All of the rumours reported by Toku Topics and No Pink Spandex turned out to be correct, with a couple of caveats. That means that pretty much everything from the first video is on point. BLM being in space, Rad being SBD, the colours, all of that. If you want to check that video out, the link's in the description. I don't feel like it's much of an elephant in the room to address that, yes, the rumoured Wave 7 lineup was spot on. Honestly, it's not a huge surprise to me, despite my uncertainty before, especially because, well, things didn't pan out exactly as expected. Mighty Morphin White is in Wave 7. As I expected at least, it is a restock, but in a new turn for the Lightning Collection, it's taking up a slot in a wave. But this is the Wave 1 figure, SBC Whiskey Romeo of way back in 2019, and not BLM Mars, or Zuth Mercury, or anything from the coded listings discovered in the summer. What does this mean for the listings? Well, it scuppers the thinking that Mercury is a code for 6th Rangers for one, and it means that BLM Mars, in space black or silver, is currently unaccounted for. It's clear at this point that the wave lineups as listed can still be changed, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see a domino effect with BLM Mars in Wave 8, and a listed Wave 8 figure pushed to Wave 9, meaning one of the Wave 9 figures pushed to Wave 10. So if that thinking is right, we already know a Wave 10 figure. More than that though, I wonder if we might see a Mighty Morphin re-release every wave. The Power Rangers team at Hasbro has made it clear that we'll be seeing a steady stream of MMPR figures for the foreseeable future. Maybe that will include one slot per wave taken up by a restock. Say, and I want to be absolutely clear that this is wild speculation, Mighty Morphin Pink in Wave 8, Red in Wave 9, which would give us a Red Ranger for that wave, on a technicality, though if Wave 9 was initially planned without a red, then that pattern apparently isn't set in stone for Hasbro anyway. So on and so forth until Green gets restocked in Wave 13. It wouldn't have to be in the same order as the original releases, but I'll use that order for ease. Of course, a restock pattern like that would mean both BLM Mars, in space black or silver, and Mighty Morphin Pink in Wave 8, so two of the known figures would be pushed out. I'd imagine Rad Neptune, seemingly SBD Pink, would be one of them, and move to Wave 9. And then those two and Mighty Morphin Red would push out 3 of the listed Wave 9 figures. A Wave 10 in this line of thinking would give us 3 of the figures currently listed as Wave 9, plus Mighty Morphin Yellow. At the very least, we know our next in space figure is still in limbo and presumably due sooner rather than later, and we know that restocks slotted into a wave are now a thing. Maybe it won't grow that severe, and of course it's likely that, even if the current listings don't account for the Mighty Morphin White restock, or any further ones, there will be future waves only just being mapped out after the restock decision was made that will account for all of this. I guess we'll have to wait and see how things unfold. Now, ZTH Radar. Yes, it's true, it's a Z putty. Very much a Mighty Morphin Z putty. Does that mean ZTH is Mighty Morphin Season 2? I don't think it does. The key here is the Walmart listing found by Toku Topics last week, which gives the Z putty as Zeo putty instead. My hunch is that when the figure was in development, it was mistakenly being considered a Zeo putty. It was referred to as such internally, and its codename reflects that. ZTH meaning Zeo, Radar meaning putty. At some point, no later than the production of the packaging, the mistake was noticed and corrected, and so the final packaging reads Mighty Morphin Z putty. But Walmart's listing is based on what Hasbro refers to the figure as, and it's still recorded as Zeo putty. We only have the listing and a dash of logic as evidence here. Zuth Mercury's identity should give us a much clearer idea. I'd wager it's Zeo Green. As I mentioned in the previous video, this code system seems to mostly work like the previous one, so there's no reason to assume that they're denoting each season of MMPR separately when they didn't before. And Zuth Mercury would either have to be some kind of Mighty Morphin Green variant from Season 2, I guess that could be shieldless, but then I feel like he was seen like that in Season 1 too. Or a Mighty Morphin White variant that was from Season 2, not Season 3, if we go with the Mercury equals 6th idea. Both of these seem unlikely one wave after the release, or re-release, of the default version. Still none the wiser as to what ZTH Tango could be, by the by. Going by the near certainty that ZTH is Zeo, it'd either be King Mondo or another villain, or Tanga means yellow, you know, like Planet Tanga, that one planet in the solar system. and it's Zeo yellow. Or hey, maybe it's a cog. Radar seems to purely be putty, so the door's still open for a cog release. One final thing to note is the identity of BLM Mars. I noted before that it was seemingly either in space black or in space silver, and lent towards the former. Well, we now have some interesting information from @TheJezShow. Early planned lineups for Wave 6 and 7. Wave 7 includes Ice Buckeye Romeo, or In Space Black Ranger. And yes, it'd be black, not blue. That was an error on his part. You can check out Toku Topic's Lightning Storm video, link in the description, for more discussion on these. It makes it all but certain that BLM Mars is in space black, presumably kept in the Wave 7 lineup until late in the game. It also gives us another 2 lost figures in BDY Yankee Romeo, Beast Morpher's Yellow Ranger, and Sal Cell Romeo, presumably SPD Nova Ranger, mislabeled as SPD Silver Ranger, in the same vein as ZTH Radar. Maybe they'll crop up down the line alongside In Space Black. So, here's how things are looking now. All of the season codes are confirmed except for ZTH and DRM, which are educated guesses, and we still have no clue on LGY. Jupiter, Earth and Mercury are also confirmed, with Neptune identified by process of elimination, and Mars a reasonable assumption supported by outdated listings. There are still some unknowns, and we don't know how BLM Mars being pushed out of Wave 7 will change things, or if we'll get any more re-releases, but in terms of the identities of figures, this is what we've got. And that's pretty much it for this video. Even when we receive new information, I'll probably put out a part 3, but what we've got for now seems pretty definitive. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and, of course, thank you for watching.